As we all know, the Valley of the Sun has quite the pedigree when it comes to hosting championship events. Back in November, added to that resume was the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race. And I know not all of you are into the strategy of running in circles very fast, but this is still important to the state of Arizona. NASCAR is handing off the championship race on a year-by-year basis. And Phoenix Raceway, they tried their best. They tried to have the best championship environment during the era of COVID. And obviously you don't get everything that you love out of a championship when you're having to socially distance and keep everyone apart and not put on that kind of party that Phoenix Raceway is used to. But they do get one more chance to prove themselves worthy of the NASCAR championship for years to come this upcoming November in 2021. Typically in NASCAR, the championship host has hosted the title race about 2 decades at a time. So if Phoenix Raceway can prove themselves worthy of the championship for years to come, well, could you imagine the NASCAR championship in November and then the big game in February? Or you have the College Football National Championship in January. Or you had the Final Four in March. In just the span of a few months, having 2 national championships right here in the Valley. Well, to discuss a little bit more about the potential of NASCAR keeping the championship here in Phoenix, Arizona, it is my pleasure to bring on Adam Alexander from Fox Sports. And from your perspective, what do you think the chances are that Phoenix hosts the championship for NASCAR beyond 2021?
I'm a fan of it. I was excited about it when they made the announcement. I thought Miami did such a nice job for so many years. And I think that racetrack down there is unique, even though it's 1.5 miles. Having said that, when you look at Phoenix, it's one of the more unique tracks that we go to. A ton of short track characteristics. You couple that with the changes that have been made just to that venue. And I think it really is a special place for the fan to go and experience a race. I've always said that backdrop is one of the greatest scenes we have in NASCAR. Then you add in all the technology and the many upgrades that they made to the facility itself. I think Phoenix as a city is used to hosting championship events. I mean, you know, Final Fours, tremendous championship golf in that area. I like the idea of the championship race and the all-star race and some of these events moving around a little bit so that maybe you can bring in some new fan bases and give other tracks opportunities. But if you were to single out one particular place, Phoenix is great for so many reasons, not to mention the fact that you're almost guaranteed great weather there regardless of when you go, which is a nice bonus in NASCAR circles to know you're not going to have to fight Mother Nature on a race weekend.
One more question before I let you go. Last year, we saw so many leagues try to bring up esports. They're professional athletes doing esports, and none of them really stuck except for iRacing. NASCAR drivers competitively racing on a sim platform, doing esports. And you yourself, you're going to be announcing a little bit with Darrell Waltrip and Larry McReynolds with the Monday Night Racing League on iRacing. That includes almost every single week guys like Kyle Busch, Ryan Vargas, Connor Daly, Ron Capps. This has seemed to have worked the sim racing world. How do you think that something like iRacing is changing the professional athletes?
Nick DeGroot, who wins the Carlisle Tools by now.
To me, what separates iRacing and motorsports in general when it comes to the setup on sim versus all the other gaming systems that are used in stick and ball sports is this is real competition. This is not a video game where you have a controller in your hand and you're playing it on your television. You truly, and you know this, Devin, you've been competing. This is true competition where you're setting up the car, you're feeling the energy of what's happening in the event, which makes it, to me, as close as real as what you can experience in sports. And I think the other great thing about it is the connection from the different motorsports worlds. So to me, it was a real win, and it came along at a wonderful time when everyone desperately needed it.
Well, Adam, appreciate the time. I'll let you get back to your offseason a little bit. We'll see you in Daytona here in just a few weeks.
Sounds good. Thanks so much for having me on today.